Morning, YouTube. Day 3 in El Salvador. And Jack going into the mountains today. You know, I'm starting with my morning kombucha. The best way to start your morning, much better than coffee. Drink your kombucha in the morning. It's going to wake you up from the gut out. Feeling good. All right, we're going to get a little workout in. And yeah, what's your experience being a member of Global Network?
It's changing my life every day, man. I'm just meeting so many new people, like come to El Salvador, and I've got like a whole like group of 30 waiting outside the airport for me. Like that was insane.
This is the residual income lifestyle. Guys, there's two kinds of income. There's money you have to go work for, and there's when you make your money work for you. You make your money work for you when you position yourself to where you have money flowing through you or flowing through your company. Think of it like water, right? Water, it's going to continue to flow where it can flow. So your job is to position yourself and position your business where money's going to flow through you. People are paying other people money and then they got to go through you, right? So obviously I'm going to get to payment processing in a second here, but another example is, there's people that want to eat apples by the beach and there's an apple farm 30 miles away. What kind of business would I start? I would start an apple trucking business, and I would deliver apples every day from the mountains or from the farm to the beach, and just let the trucks run. Let the trucks run. I don't have to be there to drive the trucks. I could be on the other side of the world. My trucks are driving every day, picking up the apples, dropping off the apples. So you see now in a business like that, I'm positioned well. I'm in the middle. Money's flowing. I'm in the middle, right? You only gotta do too much. You gotta just find something like that, get in the middle, start small, right? Handoffs, right? So that's why payment processing is really nice, because there's businesses out there, there's customers coming to the business. They want to pay with a credit card. They use my processor. And then every single time that somebody pays with a credit card at that business, I make a small percentage. And it turns, compound. So it's coming in all the time. You can do that with multiple businesses. And this is a lot of digital. It's also a lot of in-person stuff. So you get a good combo of that. I don't think it's good to do a 100% online business. I also don't think it's good to be 100% in-person business. I think you need a mix of both. Once you detach your time from your money, well, now you have freedom, because now you can travel. Now you can go do what you want. You can make investments. This morning I got a check-in today. Right away, I put 10% into Bitcoin. Yeah, so then you start to make investments, you start to buy property, you start to make content, building a brand, right? That's why I'm building my brand right now, because I have the time and freedom and capability to do so, and I understand it's a long-term asset, to have this online. So yeah, find a business model that's gonna fit into your lifestyle that you really want to live, right? So you can make a lot of money, obviously going to work as a banker on Wall Street or doing this and that, but is that going to align with your lifestyle that you really want to live? Is that going to align with your goals? Do you really think you're going to be healthy when you have to wake up every single day, put on a suit and tie, and go into an office building? For me, I like doing that, but not every day. I need to have the freedom to be able to do that when I want to do that, when I need to do that. But also, if I want to, take a trip, if I want to go see somebody, if I want to go skiing, if I have a conference across the world, I want to be able to go and do that. I'd say more important than business and making money is your physical health. So, what are you eating? What's your daily activity life? How's your sleep look like? What are you putting in your body or on your body? Are you getting in nature, right? So all these things, there's a whole program protocol. Your first step with this is you want to strip away all the bad stuff that you're eating. So if you're eating chips, if you're eating brownies, if you're eating cookies, if you're eating anything processed food, you want to get rid of processed food first. That's the most important thing. You want to replace it with whole foods. So if the food has more than one ingredient, you probably shouldn't eat it. So like lemon, lime, apple, steak, those are all one ingredient things. You can eat that. But if you go get a bag of chips, you look at the ingredients, got like 35 ingredients in there. You don't want to put that in your body. It's not real food. So once you start to eat healthier, another thing I recommend is to eat a lot of fruits and veggies. Those are going to give you a lot of energy. They're pretty quick to digest. So, sometimes if you go eat a big meal like pizza or pasta, of course it tastes really good. I love those things, but it takes a while to digest, and your brain can only spend energy on either, using it in the brain or using it in the stomach. So if you have a lot of food in your stomach and your body has to digest it, then you're not going to be able to devote as much energy to your brain power, which means that you're not going to be as effective, when you're thinking or when you're doing business or whatever you got to do. I recommend you start drinking kombucha. Wakes you up. Very good for your stomach. Very good for you. Eat lots of apples, oranges, carrots, celery, pineapple. Drop the Starburst, drop the Kit Kat, all that. Never eat that stuff. Try to drink water out of bottled water with glass, not plastic. Try to get the plastic out of your body. You see this kombucha, it's in a glass bottle. So now let's talk about lifting. Let's talk about lifting now. every day needs some sort of pump. You gotta get the blood flowing, whether that's, you gotta go on a little bit of a walk every day, do some jump rope is really good, push-ups, air squats, pull-ups, right? You don't really need a gym membership to get jacked. I do go to the gym, I like to lift, but I do it more for fun and for the mental benefit. But to actually stay in shape, it's very easy to just do it at home. I've had periods of time where I haven't gone to the gym, like a formal gym, for a month or two, but I would just be able to train in my environment, in my house or wherever I was in the hotel, and be almost in better shape, right? With a combination of what you're eating and the way you're moving and the way you're living your lifestyle, you can live very healthy. Just do like 100 push-ups, 100 air squats, do some jump rope, go for a run, jump in the ocean when you can, do some pull-ups, read some books. Last thing I want to talk about is mindset. So with your mindset, that's the most important thing, is your mindset, because if you don't believe in yourself and if you don't have the right mindset, that steamrolls into everything else. So your actions only come from your mind. You don't just do things, you think about it, then you do it. So your thinking has to be on point, because then your actions are going to be on point. So make sure you're controlling what you think about and controlling what you say. Be careful to never speak negatively about yourself or about others, because it's just going to backfire right back into you. And especially if you talk bad about yourself, then you have ears. So your ears hear what you say, and then they believe it, because you obviously trust yourself, right? So if you call yourself stupid, then guess what? You're going to be stupid. You're going to think you're stupid. You're not going to have any confidence to say anything smart. You think you're stupid. So don't call others stupid either, but especially not yourself. It's really bad. Always, even if you're not smart, call yourself smart. Say, I'm the smartest person in the world. Even if you're fat and you have a big belly and you're out of shape, say, hey, I'm shredded, I have a six-pack, right? And believe it when you say it, because it over time, you're going to have the six-pack, because you're going to keep saying that to yourself. You're going to go work out, and you're going to go train, you're going to go eat healthy. Eventually, you're going to have the six-pack. So you can speak things, and then you got to back it up with action, right? You can't just be a fat guy saying that you have a six-pack and then not working out or not eating healthy. That's not going to work. But especially another big thing that I've noticed recently is when people say, I'm going to do something, or I will do this, right? I don't like that language, because you're putting it off till the future, and the future doesn't really exist, only now exists. So if I say, I want to make $1 million, or I'm going to make $1 million, that's the wrong way to say it, because then you're just putting it off to the future, and you're saying that you're not making $1 million right now. You're saying, I will make $1 million. So instead saying, I'm making $1 million, I am making $1 million. See the difference? Now I'm in the present tense. Now I am in the process of making $1 million. It's much better. Now my brain's, okay, I'm making $1 million now. Now it's here now today, right? It might not show up in my bank account today, but the $1 million is here today. And it's because I'm in the present moment now. So don't put things off to the future. Don't say, I will do this, I'm going to do this one day, I'm going to go here one day. Instead of saying, oh, one day I'll go to that country, say, I travel a lot. I go to every country. I go all over the world. And then you'll just, you end up in that country. So traveling is really important as well. Traveling super important, because you got to see the world. You got to see different cultures, different environments, try different cuisines, different foods, different training styles, meet different people. I think traveling has been the biggest catalyst in my life. I mean, as of this week, I think this is my 24th country I've been to. It's El Salvador, a beautiful country. There's even 24 countries might seem like a lot, but there's over 200 total in the world. So I really have only been to 10%, not even. Yeah. So make sure you go see the world, live your life, have some good experiences. If you like content like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel. Get in touch with me, click the link below. Comment if you like this video. I appreciate the feedback, and YouTube will recommend more content like this to you in the future, and I'm gonna be dropping a lot more videos. So I appreciate the support. Love you all. Peace out.